like to start off and say Kyle Halal Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right. I'll say double honesty, the apostles of great millstone, honest salutation, Yuakim out there, laboring his truth. It's Shalaki. I'm just trying, I'm using this phone for the first time, going live or whatever. So it's a little different. It threw me off. I ain't know, matter of fact, bear with me. I mean, it says I'm live. I just want to just double check that it's going live. Just bear with me. Yeah, so I think it's live. Okay, okay, there go the brothers. So again, all praise Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Again, double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, and honors and salutations to Joachim out there, laboring in his truth and sincerity. And this is we'll have it long the spirit allowed to go, but this is inspired by a lesson previously, which you brothers probably seen with Apostle Ramlab. All right, and it was a statement that he made in the show. He said was in the minds of these devils, and the way he said it was prolific, and it hit me through the spirit. The title of the show that we're going into. The thumbnail you see there is, information on Esau and things that he's been doing. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna go into the article, but I'm gonna start off with the scripture, because at the end of the day, that's what everything that they're doing by them revving things up, so to speak, as far as the austerities. You see the thing they playing with they basically bankrupting America. We know what they're getting ready to usher in. All right, that Karagma. Hey, and Shalom to all you Akim out there. You should say Akim, Aqua for all you Akim out there, Shalom. And we living in those times. We can't say it enough, man. We can't say it enough. And we're watching these devils actually do what they're supposed to be doing. All right, but now let's go into their minds behind them doing these things. Because see, Jake in his world, they don't understand why these things are happening, because they're still lost. They're still confused. They still think that Esau is their friend. They still think that it's all love between these devils. They still don't even know. A lot of these niggas are walking around still not even knowing that Esau is a goddamn devil. So that's why they get caught up into all of this trickery. Here it is, they supposedly so-called indicting Trump. Yeah, right. Give me a break, man. But anyway, you go into the minds of these devils, the scriptures tell you. That's why going into the Bishop Anap used to use this scripture a lot in 2 Corinthians. Let me get that real quick, right? I'm start off with a few scriptures before I hit the article. All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Which you brothers know the scripture, but a lot of times it's good to read the scriptures for the brother. Hey, KC, Shalom, Akim. I just seen, Shalom to all you Akim out there, man. But it's good to read these scriptures too, because there's, when Apostle Tar said this a long time ago, which is true. Sometimes we gotta keep hitting the basics. You got demons that sit there and they should say, "Oh, y'all going to the same thing." Which the Lord went into the same thing. When you read the scriptures of the prophecies of Yahweh Shai, he was teaching the same thing, the same word. And that's the same thing that we're teaching now. And it's to edify the elect. So again, reading the scriptures, because some of you, bro, I know y'all know these scriptures, but it's beautiful. And even when y'all be posting the scriptures on the shows, because it helps edify the other younger brothers that are just coming into the fold, that are just now waking and opening up their eyes. The Lord is opening up their eyes, right? So 2 Corinthians 2 and 11 states, it said, at least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And when you go into that word, which I'm gonna go into that word devices, but it goes into the mind, the traps that these devils like to set, And like I said, this was inspired through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, by the previous lesson Apostle Ramlab did, and it just it was something that just came to me. But now it says for the word devices, right? See if I can play it.
Strong's
Salaki.
Strong's G 3540 Naima.
Naima, or Noima, right? So that's the word for devices. We're not ignorant, meaning without knowledge. Ignorant meaning to not have knowledge of something, right? Of Satan's devices, meaning his I'm gonna read it, Salakia, right? It says mental perception thought. See, going back to what's in the mind of these devils, man. We're not ignorant to what they're doing. All these things going back from the Georgia Guidestones to Rex 84 to their so-called wicked ass New World Order that they've been had in play. All right, the concept of what they call the Illuminati. These are all things that are facts and that are real. They you know, Adam Weishaupt and all these other devils, you know, they constructed these plans, which it goes back to the prophecy, man. You see, but this is the things that these devils have done through ages. They've been doing these things, man. Now it says a mental perception, thought, and evil purpose. What was that evil purpose? All right, which we gonna get it back in Psalms 83. The evil purpose was what? To wipe us off as a nation, man. Everything that is happening is to destroy us. It's been, see, Jake is now just catching on to a little bit of the gentrification, man, this thing been a plan and plot before slavery, all right? Before they came and enslaved Jake. They always were trying to figure out how to do away with us, man. This is an ancient beef, if you will, all right? It's an ancient beef that goes back to Jacob and Esau. That's why those are two important characters in the scriptures, man. When you get into that history going back in time, during the time of Jacob and Esau, well, that's what's playing out today in this world. Good versus evil, righteousness versus wickedness, positive versus negative, however you want to cut it. So that's what's playing out now. And seeing Esau, the so-called white man, he has to fulfill his lot of being the devil, all right? But now, a lot of Jake get lost in the sauce because, you know, the Lord didn't give them that patience. They don't understand about the patience, you know? And so a lot of Jake, they lose it. They go into their own understanding. They get caught, you know, in all the webs from these devils, man. But see, it said at least Satan should get an advantage over us, okay? Right, beautiful, Psalms, the 2nd chapter. At least Satan should get an advantage over us, because if you don't got the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and you got to know the name of the Lord, I'm going to say that. You got to know the name of the Lord and his son. The true names are very important, all right? And really, you got to have that faith. This is really, these lessons are for the household of faith. This truth is really not for everybody, because not everybody has the faith. Not everybody's going to get involved. Not everybody's going to listen to the word of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? But now, to those that are sincere, that are of the hopeful elect, Satan's not going to get an advantage over you, because when you see all these banks and all these corporations collapsing, you see the grinding ceasing, right? You remember what the scriptures say, man. There's not going to be no work for Egypt. So that's why you see all these companies are laying people off, right? You see that they're ditching the dollar. You know that these things all add up, right, to the destruction of America. And it is a part of Esau's so-called New World Order. But you got to understand, like the scriptures say, on the left where the Lord doth work. The Most High created this devil for that purpose. Matter of fact, hold on, we'll come back here. You know, bear with me. Right? Because see, a lot of times people don't understand, you know, because they're like, well, look, God created everything. Then how he created, you mean to tell me he created the devil? Duh, of course he did. He chose who he wanted to be, the wicked, and he chose who he wanted to be, the righteous, man. You see? And everybody has a part to play. You know? Everybody has a part to play. Whether it's a significant role to an insignificant role. All right? Like in a movie. A movie is full of what? It's full of the hero, if you will. It's full of the villain. Then it's full of what? Extras. All right? You got to cast the characters that make up the whole movie. All right? Well, this movie, which is a prophecy, all right, that the Most High created, where he said that the devil should be loose this season, okay, is consisted of a bunch of characters. The main two characters is Jacob and Esau, all right? And Jacob being the chosen, the lead, if you will, and Esau is the villain, okay? But now let's go into why he was created according to the scriptures. Now this is in the book of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. It said, the Lord hath made all things for himself. So you'd be a fool not to think that the Heavenly Father didn't create everything. But it said he made all things for himself, meaning the Most High ain't create you and then to bow down and listen to your opinion or what you think, what you believe. The Most High don't give a fuck what none of us believe or what any of us think. He said, my ways are not your ways. And that's why a lot of people get all messed up and they don't understand the truth, man. They don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the Lord's will. All right. But he said he made all things for himself. He said, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So guess what? The so-called white man is definitely the wicked. And the Bible backs that up. Again, go to Job 9:24 and various other scriptures disapprove who the wicked is. All right. But the Most High created these devils to be the wicked, man. You see? Ain't that something, man? And seeing that's kind of too complex for some people to understand and believe. They don't understand that. They get fucked up. But wait a minute, if he's a righteous, the Most High created everything, man. Right? That's why he said, I formed the light and I formed darkness, man. Okay, I create peace, I create evil. So in all actuality, all these wars and everything is gearing up to World War III. All right, it's gonna be the World War III. All right, the final countdown, the final showdown. All right, the final throwdown. The Lord is gonna throw America down. He said it clearly in Revelation, the 18th chapter. See, these scriptures are coming to life, man. The Most High is making good on His promise, man, and that's why the elites are shook. That's why now they're shaking. You every other day you see some new shit happening, and then on top of the judgment, the Most High is laying down on America with all these the tornadoes, right? That's Isaiah, what was that, 29:6? I think 28:2 in Psalms. The Lord said he was going to bring that destroying wind. Well, I mean, the destroying wind is the missiles part of me. He said he's going to bring that tempest and the storms. That's what I meant to say. But the destroying wind is coming, all right? The destroying wind is coming. So we're in that time where the Lord is bringing everything out. And that's why everything is being exposed, man, all right? Because we're at that time. It was a time where we didn't even know who we were. We didn't know we were the Israelites. It was a time we didn't know nothing about Esau, the Edomites. It's a time when we didn't even know the Most High's name, the Lord's name. So it was a time, man. You know what, brother? I'm gonna go to that, man. That was always one of my favorite scriptures amongst many, amongst all the scriptures. All right, but that scripture is one that hits hard, man. The brother put up Nahum, the first chapter. I caught it. I'm gonna read it. Nahum 1 and 2. It said the Most High is jealous. Well, I don't think he started at the second verse, but I'm gonna start at 2. The Most High is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. So the Most High is gonna take vengeance. And what he's doing is, it said the Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. The Most High is putting in the mind of these countries to come back alive and fight. It was a thing I was watching before, how they was referring to like these other nations, that they were like dead nations, meaning that they, basically they was all put down. They was all, hey, Esau, just like Alexander the Greek, the beginning of Esau's rulership with going into the beast, right? The 7 heads. It started with the Greeks, the so-called Greeks, Alexander the Greek and everything, right? And then it went all the way up into, Rome, up to today now. America, which is Rome all over, the deadly wound being held. But now Esau at one time, he put all these nations down. And that's why they started setting up militarized zones. They started they destroyed these nations, put in their puppet leaders. This whole thing was crafted for Esau to set up his so-called new world order. You see what I'm saying? So it said the Most High is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. So now Esau brought us in slavery. He put hell upon us. Lord willing, I get to go into that article, which is one amongst many. It's a site. I got to look up the site again. They always bring out different governmental programs. They go into the mind control that they did, the LSD programs, the diseases and everything that they were doing to our people during the 60s, the Cold War era. When they had what they called it. It was a United States. Am I saying it right? Which they say it's not there no more. They were in charge of creating these different poisons and stuff, trying them on people. Okay, not a nuclear weapons, chemical. I forgot the name of the office, but they were responsible for making up different things such as cyanide and different type of chemical warfare that they were using. They were saying they were doing tests, trying to test what was good to help the crops, to help and if we came to that situation. I forgot what the name they called it, man. It slips my mind. But they said that they you know, because they fucked up a lot of people, like the Tuskegee Airmen, you know, the syphilis, or the syphilis program. You know, it was a Esau had a straight up, you know, and he always had the in his think tanks, just like you had them devils. I forget their names off the top right now. You know, I got a little slight headache, so I ain't gonna try to think about it. But what do you call them? The Manhattan Project. All right, the devil that created cancer and went down to Puerto Rico and tried it on the Boricua and Taino Indians down there. They had these different groups that they formed back then that was purposely, just like the article I got there, what they did in St. Louis, all right, where they spread. That was the early version of the chemtrails that everybody knows about. So these devils been doing these things for years. And it all goes back to trying to destroy us as a nation, all right? Because why? They're still bitter over the fact that they didn't get the birthright. They're bitter over the fact that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua chose us. Even as fucked up, you see our people is wicked as hell. The Lord said they're wickeder than the wicked. But overall, the Lord said he's still going to choose us. Because why? He got a remnant. It goes back to that elect that the Lord set up. You see? So when you think about what's in the minds of these devils, you understand why they operate on the time that they operate in. Basically, they don't give a fuck about nobody. You know, all that's for the TV. That's smoke and mirrors. Save the children or donate to this. And where's your donations going to? All these so-called charities that was set up to help the children, starving people in Africa, right? Haiti. What about what happened with Haiti? You see what they were doing? They were going down there raping the women, killing them. They was destroying them, man. And they ain't getting nothing. Haiti's still fucked up. And that's personal. All right? That's personal why they, as well as the gain that's down there, the oil, the uridium, and the other finer things that are there that they're sucking out. You know, that's what this devil does, man. But anyway, Nahum, back to Nahum 1 and 2. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revenges and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. So the Most High ain't forgot about these devils. The Most High is going to, look, he's going to smoke these devils, man. The Lord is going to smoke these devils, but the Most High is long-suffering. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is slow to anger and great in power. You see? And guess who found out about that? All these other wicked societies. You go back into the ancient Babylonian Empire. You go back to Nimrod and the Tower of Babel, which Esau's trying to recreate that all over again. All right? You go back to the pharaohs of Egypt. Okay? You go back to the Persians, the Medes, the Babylonian Empire. Okay? The Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. They fell horribly, man. To this day, we still talk about the destruction of Egypt, how the Lord, and that's one of the greatest destructions ever to happen. So they never get away. So it said the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. So in other words, the Lord is not going to give this devil a pass. He's not going to acquit him. And Esau knows that. That's why he's, you know, they make them statements like the Apostle Romans going into that article. We don't need God, and we're better, more advanced than God, and we don't have no. They don't have no fear of the things that they do, because why? Psalms 50 and 16. All right, because they've been getting away with wickedness for a long time. So they feel strong. You know, they feeling themselves, man. And this is just stuff that's in the minds of these devils, man. All right, that's why they push the envelope. That's why they sit there and they'll use humans, and especially Israelites, as goddamn Operation Ranch Hand. Yeah, that's another one. I'm not too familiar, or I might be. I got to look that one back up again. You see, but this is why they do those things, because they don't have no fear of the Most High. That's why, and we've been trying to, but only people gonna wake up is the elect anyway, man. Most of our people gonna get caught into this bullshit that's happening, man, and it's gonna get worse. We've been saying it. Look at it. Has it not gotten worse? Huh? To the point where they got to say this is the new norm, right? And it's going to change. And they show you how they plan on having this like a total recall, or demolition man, a robotic world. You know, they got fucking McDonald's with not one human person operating it, man. It's not like they was giving you real food anyway, okay? It's just a bunch of science. So they just got robots. Niggas thought they was important because they moved up to the fries. Nigga, they don't need you to flip fries no more, nigga. You know, nigga back there don't want to give you, I mean, not that you should be eating no goddamn McDonald's. I pray no brothers are still eating that. I mean, there's some shit that you know, I mean, hey, man, McDonald's, man. I hope ain't no brothers eating no fucking McDonald's, man. I hope not. That's probably the worst shit you could eat in Babylon, man. Amongst others, all right? But anyway, reading back on, it said, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power and would not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet, going into the chariots. But the Most High also controls he's controlled the angels that bring these storms. All right, and the Lord ripped through the Midwest, man. The Most High fucked them up over there, man. You see? So now let's go back to okay, we was at 2 Corinthians 2:11, right? See, it says lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And the word for devices is the word was it noema, right? Which means a mental perception, thought, an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts or purposes. Okay, so that's what that's dealing with, meaning the thoughts and the perception of this devil, the evil perception. That's why that goes with Isaiah. Let's see, Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32. And let's see, get straight to the point. I mean, this whole chapter, but I'm gonna go straight to the point. Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. And the churl is a wicked ass nigga, basically. All right, a wicked nigga, someone that's very wicked. All right. Matter of fact, let's go into that word real quick in the blue letter. I mean, you know, we went into this before, but it's good sometimes to keep going through it. You know, hey, back in the days when Apostle Todd we had them classes, the marathon classes, and the apostles and the bishops, they'll tell you, man, it was like every week we was going into Revelations 12 for like maybe 2-3 months until we knew that thing cold. Then it was moving on to Revelations 18 or other breakdowns, you know. And like I said, the Spirit had Apostle Tahar before the splits. Every camp had a camp name. Like you see some of these guys, they were the Sons of Thunder, Lions of Israel. You know, of course, Jake had all the gangster, barbaric, tough ass gangster names and shit, right? You know, but Apostle Tahar said we gonna just be the prophets of Israel. All right, that's what we was. We was just the prophet. That was our camp name. All right, Apostle Tahar said we're the prophets of Israel. You know, everybody was thinking about the swordsmen, all this stuff. Apostle Tahar said we the prophets of Israel. That was our camp name when you had to get, you know, back then the camp leaders and heads had to give report what's going on with their camp. Yeah, Sons of Thunders and such. This one, Sons of Israel. You know, we were just the prophets of Israel. But we always stayed in the prophecy. The Spirit had Apostle Tahar have us locked into the prophecy. It's the same thing y'all see now. And then, you know, through the Spirit of the Lord, he got that from High Priest Ariah. That's how we know High Priest Ariah, as well as the other men that heads by High Priest Ariah, was always another one of them top men that was always into prophecy and pushing, and it was repetitive, so that way you would learn, you know, especially even more so in this day and age, because people's attention span is less than it was 30-something years ago. So you gotta, you know, repetition. But anyway, back to Isaiah 32:7, right? But I just wanted to get that where it said the instruments also of the churl are evil, right? So now that word for churl, and that's the thing that the apostles Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, they used to always stress looking up words. When we used to go out back in the early days in Connecticut, when we was first establishing the camp, we used to go out there and everything, and we used to always tell people, you got to look up, you got to know the meaning of words. People use words that they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. And then you talk, a lot of these people, that's why if you question them, ask them, do they know what that word, they sit there and throw words at you. A lot of times they don't even know what they're saying, you know? But now, going into, right, that's why, I mean, you know, I said it's a wicked motherfucker, but, you know, going into the word, you know, Kayalaya, right? Kayalaya, right? which the word for that's there for churl is a scoundrel, okay? Connive, like a conniving, low down, dirty motherfucker, like a scum. Well, that's who Esau is, man, and that's why, again, the shit that they on, man, they sit there and grind up. That's why I said stay away from. Well, I mean, do your best. I'd say that, because the scriptures say Israel. That's how we know that we're the Israelites. That's how we know the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that ought to be saved are Israelites, all right? Because the scripture said that we were going to be eat off bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. And Jake's diet, unless they like on some real super vegan health shit, Jake's diet is the worst, man. All right? The American diet is horrible, especially with niggas, all right? Because the poor is always going to have a worse diet than the elites, just like in slavery. What they give the slaves, they gave the slaves the slops. Was Jake then turned it into a delicacy, man. They think like they really living, they eating some goddamn shrimp, some lobster, some crab, some pork, pork chops. These niggas are backwards, man, and a lot of them are not gonna make it. A lot of them gotta die. They gotta get reprogrammed, man. They gotta come back all over again. All right, and that's their lot. Their lot is of the 2/3. All right, because why? They're not gonna wake up. They're gonna follow this devil. They following them. They're gonna stay there. They're not gonna hear this word like you brothers and that light go off. Damn, let me really consider. Nah, they're gonna think that they solid in whatever wickedness that they're into, man, or whatever lies and falsehoods that they're following. So see them next lifetime, man. It could be people that people you don't know, or people, your family members or whatever. If they're not of the elect, you bet. I'm hoping that I'm of the elect. Later for them, because everybody, the word is out there, so there's no excuse. If they get caught up into this bullshit, there's no excuse at the end of the day. Just like all them the people was beating down on Noah's door trying to get into the ark, and the angel of the Lord slammed the door shut right in their face. What's going to happen again, man? It's going to happen again. All right? People that we all know and you probably had love for them, right? Because ain't nothing, shit. Yahweh Shai was a friend of what you call it? Hey, Shalom Akim. It was a friend of senators and Republicans, right? But now if they're of the elect, then good, beautiful. But if you're not, you're not. It's just that simple, right? So now that's for a churl, right? So it says in the sense of withholding niggardly, churl. Yeah, someone that here it is. You come into an inheritance and that the rest of your siblings and brothers and stuff they're doing bad, but you sit there and hold it back. That's what the so-called white man does, man. How long has he been promising you niggas acres of land and 2 mules and 40 acres and and that was back hundreds of years ago. So what's the interest of that would be today? Then they got these niggas all gassed up and on their best behavior. Because they say, well, look, we might have to just give y'all some type of reparations. They playing around with that shit. Because first of all, they know that the money is the whole economy system's about to change, man. All right, it's about to change. The Great Reset. They know that that's the time that we in now. So yeah, they're gonna promise you everything because the dollar bills is soon to be worth nothing. You understand? And then they about to seize control over all your bank accounts, and you're gonna have to have that in order to operate in the world that they're planning on setting this up to be, man. Or else you gonna die, or you gonna get brought to a concentration camp. They're gonna try to force the Quran on you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to force that thing on you, man. And until you break, and a lot of you gonna break down and take it because why? Jake ain't ready to suffer. They're not ready to die, man. All right, they're not ready to die. They're still concerned about whatever life or whatever they got in this society, man. Which this is a filthy, wicked ass society. That's why the Most High ain't called all of the celebrities and because they done sold out. They already done made their bed with Satan, man. You see? That's right. Shalom. Ecclesiasticus 12:10. That's right, man. So again, it says a conniving, a scoundrel. So that's who the so-called white man is, a damn scoundrel. All right. So now back to the scriptures. And what was that? Isaiah 32:7. It says, The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor. See? Meaning the wicked imagination. This is the things that are in the minds of these devils, man. So what they do, they created this you know, the C, you know, the COV, right? Amongst many other things. And what that did is they forced, and mainly the people that were affected by it were the poor, which were really our people. And it's funny, every time they speak about the people that are affected most by that's supposed to got the virus and everything, they'll say who? The so-called, they be like the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? Which is what? Those are all the 12 tribes right there, all right? On a chart that's been proven. You know what I'm saying? The hell with a dumb nigga that a slow-bellied nigga who don't know nothing. Because people, you're gonna have people that's gonna talk. You're gonna have people that's gonna try to tell you water's not water. You know? You're gonna have people sitting there trying to argue, it's not water. It's liquid from the sea or whatever. You know? You're gonna have demonic idiots like that, man, that really make no sense or they're just blind and stupid. But at the end of the day, and it show if what we're saying has no validity, why does even Esau's media put it out there like that? The blacks, Latinos, and Indians, Native American Indians, right? Which are the tribes, you see? So all these things that were done were done to, it was a shot at us. And they're constantly, don't a day go by where Esau's not thinking about how to oppress us, put us down, and destroy us, man. All right? How to destroy us. And if he didn't see, Esau's a bitch anyway. But if he ain't need us, because in all reality, they talk all the shit they want. But if you didn't have Jake, our people here, I'm gonna start with the so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. Okay, then you got the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latin tribes, the Native American Indians. If you didn't have us here, this place would have been collapsed anyway. All right? On all levels, because you wouldn't have been able to build this shit up, you see? But anyway, Esau is always thinking about how to keep us down, how to, you know, like, who said Zechariah 11:5, right? Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Zechariah 11:5. It said, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, right? And they still try to play that innocent role, man. You see? And again, you got this whole cabin, which I really don't like talking about that clown anyway, because we know what he's doing. He's trolling. He's a government troll, all right? He works for the government. He's trying to sit there. He's obsessed, okay, with Hebrew Israelism, as he calls it. He's obsessed with the Israelites, right? Because, you know, he's in the spirit of that devil that came up against Esther, right? Haman. He's in the spirit of Haman, all right? Coming up against Mordecai and Esther. You see what I'm saying? So he's angry because he ain't us, and he's on a mission to try to not even debunk us, because you know he can't debunk us because he already proved it within himself. But he's gonna just hold on to that folly, because that's all he's doing is spitting folly, man. That's why really, man, fuck him. Don't even bid him Godspeed, man. Why entertain these clowns at this point in the game, man? If they thought we was false prophets, we didn't know what we was talking about, we was going off, why are they obsessed with us, man? Huh? Because they know who the Lord is dealing with, man. Point blank, period, man. All right, the word that the Lord gave us cannot be denied. All right, and the thing is, it's coming to pass rapidly, right? So it said, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they will not, never, ever, you know, Hokab and his minions and the rest of these other Christian sharks out there, the mother clowns, they will never sit there and speak about, right, all these government programs that were secret government programs that were set up to destroy so-called blacks and Latinos. The government is releasing releasing a lot of these files that were classified, right? That was hidden. Okay, and showing you that the Most High made Esau take record of the fucking bullshit he was doing to us. So he can't wiggle out of it because he condemns himself. All right, and without matter of fact, let me I'm gonna play this. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. I'm gonna play this thing. Boy. If I can find it, 'cause you know how it goes. You have.
He didn't think it
All right.
true, but after receiving thousands of records.
So I'm gonna play this real quick. This is just one of the experiments that Esau's been doing to Jake. And why is there no outcry over these things, man? All right, this is straight up genocide, man. All right, you want to sit up there and talk, which I mean, the hell with the R. Kelly and the Bill Cosby, because they sold out. That's what they get for dancing with the devil. So the devil back, stabbed them in the back, set them up, as well as the rest of these so-called black celebrities and whatever that fall by Satan's sword. All right, you had no business being in bed with the devil. But at the end of the day, when is there going to be an outcry? Here it is. You got all this onslaught. You're making all this legislation to get the Hebrew Israelites off the street, to get them off the internet, right? Which we're just reading the Bible. But where is that same energy towards the government that did all of these crimes against our people? It's a reason why. And don't and I don't mean nothing by it, because, and this ain't got nothing to do with the elect of Israel. But if you look at certain areas, this whole world is grimy. The Northeast got grimy, low-life, bugged-out characters. But certain places, like in the South, like you see some real critters, man. You like some real, like that, and I don't, because look, at the end of the day, it's about the elect. But we know why. It's not a coincidence. You got niggas like Beetlejuice and shit, the nigga that be on Howard Stern, or these other little short, dwarfed out, bugged out niggas that's out there. These slow-minded niggas. It's rhyming all stupid, like with the rap music they got. My flip-flop, blah, blah, blah. It's a reason, because of why. Those are products of them government experiments, man. Those were targets. And nobody's speaking about this, about which Bishop Taza Dotbot goes into it a lot, man. About the Mirasol and everything that they put in a lot of those shots that they put inside. All right. Now you had certain celebrities, I forget was it Jenny McCarthy or whatever. They were speaking out. They were making documentaries, and then bam, the COV came out and washed all that, quieted all of that. But now I'm gonna play this thing showing you what they did to the citizens of St. Louis back then, which were the Jakes. All right. So now just listen up to this real quick. Hopefully you can hear it. All right, hold on. I gotta figure out how to get the volume. Hold on, bear with me, brothers.
He didn't think
There you
it
go.
could possibly be true. But after receiving thousands of records and declassified reports from the Army, it's confirmed that during the Cold War, the United States military conducted secret tests on unsuspecting people in the city of St. Louis.
The Army's ultra-secret military experiments carried out in St. Louis and other cities during the 1950s and 60s.
This study was secretive for a reason. They didn't have volunteers stepping up and saying, yeah, I'll breathe zinc cadmium sulfide with radioactive particles.
These Army archive pictures show how the tests were done in Corpus Christi, Texas in the 1960s. In Texas, planes were used to drop the chemical, but in St. Louis, the Army placed chemical sprayers on buildings and station wagons. City officials were kept in the dark about the tests. The Cold War cover story was that the Army was testing smoke screens to protect cities from a Russian attack. The greatest concentration of this compound was sprayed near the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex just south of downtown St. Louis. It was home to 10,000 low-income people and an estimated...
And I don't know where the Pruitt, what they call it? I forgot the housing project, Pruitt housing projects in St. Louis, but I bet you got a generation of some fucked up, grimy, or retarded, fucked up ass Jakes out there. So this is all part of that genocide, man. You see, this is what these devils, and it goes back to I didn't get it. I'm gonna pull it now. Psalms. All right, let me get that in Psalms real quick. See, in the Bible, everything that we're saying is backed up by in the Bible. That's why they want to get rid of the Bible, because the Bible condemns them for these acts, and it lets them know that they will be held accountable. They didn't get away with nothing, man. They didn't get away with nothing, man. They like to sit there and use their forensics and go back and arrest a nigga that's dead, right? Well, the Most High gonna get every last one of them. Jeremiah 30:15 said all of our enemies, every last one of them should go into captivity. And oh yeah, because after they destroyed it and punished there, they're gonna wake up, because you don't die. It's a thing called reincarnation, man. All right, your spirit is forever. Your spirit is pure energy. So your spirit comes back on the earth into the body that the Most High creates for it. So if you're an Israelite now, then you're going to be an Israelite then later. You're going to always be an Israelite. You're not going to be an Israelite man and then come back as a butterfly or come back as a tree branch. That's bullshit, all right? That's not reincarnation. Reincarnation meaning back in the flesh, simply, all right? What goes back in the flesh is spirit. That's why there's a thing called family tree, your lineage, all right? But anyway, that's right. Colossians 3:25. There's no escaping it. See, and that's why we're not going out there running to the government. You got people, staging walkouts going against the government. The latest thing now, they want the kids to walk out of kindergarten or third grade, second or third grade, at whatever time that so-called shooting happened, and march down to the Capitol and demand gun. That's all fuckery, man. All right. Then you got the I don't know if it happened already, but the transmission people, they had the day of rage and all that. That's hogwash, man. We're not gonna do all that. Our complaint is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We cry out to the Lord, man, the true judge. All right, that's going to bring us our salvation, man. All right, that's going to hear our prayers. He's going to give us our vengeance, our vengeance, if that's the right way to say it, right? But anyway, let me get to the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, real quick before we wrap this up. There's a few scriptures, but y'all know how it goes, man. There's a bunch of scriptures that come to mind, but we're going to go with what the Lord allows us to go with. All right, so we're going to go with Psalms 83, and I'll start the first verse, right? It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And the Most High is not going to hold his peace, man. When you see the angels already, the Lord is just prepping everything. See, and the Most High does that. He's strategic. See, Esau got a thing called gradualism, right? But really, gradualism go back to the Most High. All right. When you go back during the time of Egypt, okay, during the time of Egypt, the Most High could have smoked them Egyptians right out the gate. But what he did is he just kept plaguing them, breaking them down like a boxer. If you check out, and Mayweather used to do, all the greats did this. All right. You see, and if you're really into boxing, right, you'll understand and appreciate it. Because, all right, a first round knockout, you just go in there, 2 seconds, whatever, that's powerful. But what's worse is when you beat a motherfucker so bad, you break him down, like from the first round, by the 12th round, that nigga don't even want to come up off the chair. I can't move. He's beat the fuck up, all right? That's a gradualism. That's a better way to destroy somebody, all right? By breaking them down piece by piece. Like, look at America, look at the strength. At one time, America was the power of the earth. Nobody couldn't say shit to them. Now you got these other nations, they taking the American currency, the dollar, they crumbling it up and throwing it into the garbage. They said, fuck your money, all right? And they tested missiles. They said, we ain't gonna fucking ask you for your permission. So there's wars, there's countries that are gathering together that was once a part of the United States, and now they join in league with Russia and these other BRICS nations and so forth. As the scripture said, as the prophecy said, and America is weakening every day. Every day America is weakening. And that's the spirit of the Lord, because the Most High is sending these plagues on America like he did on ancient Egypt. Okay, because the Lord could have easily broke America down a long time ago, but no, the Most High want to make this one to remember, man. All right? They're going to remember this, man. They're going to remember, just like they remember what happened in Egypt, still talked about to this day. They still say there's chariots in the Red Sea, Pharaoh's chariots, they found down there, whether it was Jacques Cousteau or whoever the fuck went down there. You see? So it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And that's what happened, is a crafty counsel, because the inward thoughts in them is just to what? What the scriptures say, they think that the inward thought is that the house should continue forever, right? So in doing so, they set all these traps so that way they think that they'll always have generational wealth. They'll leave their belongings and rulership and control of this earth until they're their children, their lineage. So when they come back through their lineage, because the elites understand about reincarnation. That's why they don't just let anybody just marry. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal when there's somebody outside of the family fucking with a Rothschild or these elite family groups, because they believe in keeping it in the family, as the old saying goes. So that way, when they come back, they're born right back into the riches that they stole from everybody. Okay? So it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. How have they did it? By sitting there putting all them damn radioactive chemicals and everything that they know is gonna, slowly break Jake down. To the point where everybody in those towns, everybody got cancer and diabetes right now. Especially amongst Jake, not really the elite. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about amongst Jake, all right? And that's because the curses is on us too. Because the elites, you figure that they would drop dead too, because they eat some foul shit. Remember, these devils be sitting there dining on live monkey brains, man. Sitting there cracking a baby monkey little monkey upside the head until he died, crack the skull open and eat it. This is the type of people that's in power. You see? So these are there's nothing godly about these devils, man. All right, and then John, the 10th chapter, the Lord said, the thief cometh not but what? To kill, to steal, and to destroy. All right, that's that's what's on the mind of these devils, and that they don't spare no cost by any means necessary. They don't care if they got to wipe out tribes of people, families of people. Just like if Esau want to build a highway, I forgot the term that they use. I don't think it's eminent domain. It's a term they use, and if your property or your house is there, by all means, they're going to build that highway. Either you get down or you lay down. Either you accept, they might want to offer you some pennies less than what the property's worth, right? Or they're going to find a reason to take the property from you. Okay, they're going to put the highway there. All right, they've done it all the time throughout the years. But that's how Esau operates, man. And they got all type of different plans and ways that they put in this system to fuck you over, all right? Just when you think you might have caught a break, you never catch a break here, man. You see, especially as an Israelite, man, one of the true Israelites. But I'm gonna end it there. If the Spirit allow me to come back and speak more on it. This is you got like never-ending topics. Like this is one of the never-ending topics, man. The minds of these devils, because basically they're constantly, like the scriptures say, they don't go to sleep until they, matter of fact, let me go to there. I mean, of course, there's more in this Psalms, the 83rd chapter. But as always, in the interest of time, but let me close it on to Micah, the 2nd chapter. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So who got the power right now, man? Who's really calling the shots? Niggas ain't got the power. All right, because here it is. You might have certain privileges. They allow niggas with certain privileges. If you do what they say, they'll give you more privileges than the next slave, but you still a slave. You still got to go back to them. All right, you can't get beside yourself. And they publicly spank these simple, stupid niggas in front of the world, man. They butt break these niggas in front of the world, man. And that's why these niggas that made it, all these so-called worldly accomplishments, they all out of their mind. Look at, they said Samuel Jackson, they caught him straight up overseas in the damn gay club, man. Filming all that shit with his old ass, 75, almost 75 years old. What the hell he doing in fucking gay clubs, man? He's supposed to, guess what? Because why? This world, this is what Esau does. That's part of the mind of the devil, is the what? To butt break Jake, man. All right? To feminize the so-called black and Latino man. All right? So that way you would never think of rising up against your master. You would never think of praying to the Heavenly Father to come and destroy the wicked. You wouldn't think these things because they got you in a damn foul state of being a damn Batiman, man. Okay? So that's why they do that with Jake. They put that image out there, man. They got commercials now. And they sit there and flood the TV with it. They flood the school systems with it, right? Which is all wicked. These school systems is wicked as hell, man. You see? And that's why it's not going to stand. We know it's not going to stand, man. And we're going to wait. We're going to pray to the Lord, and pray to the Lord to come quick. Pray to the Lord, let us keep our faith and patience, and we're going to wait. We gonna wait because we know that this shit is not gonna last forever. And the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for everything that's happening, because this place is coming down quick, man. Remember, it's not gonna be like take 100 years from now till America finally. No, the Lord said this generation should not pass, man. Then Yahweh Shai said, "Lo, I beheld Satan fall from heaven as lightning," man. You see? So anyway, with that, I'm gonna say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hope you brothers were fed and edified, and Lord willing through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. See you brothers on the next lesson, and say Shalom.